committee and to the organizing committee for helping to organize such a wonderful event. It's an honor to speak at the 3rd International Vietnamese Women Cultural Conference. I've been asked to be brief, so I'd like to make 3 brief points. The first is the importance of the arts in society in general. And the best example occurred during the dark days of World War II, when the city of Leningrad, now called St. Petersburg again, was under siege by the Nazi armies that cut off all food and water from the outside for 2.5 years. It was the most lethal siege in human history. 1.5 million people died of starvation during this siege. And when the siege was finally lifted and people analyzed what common element linked the survivors, they found only one thing, and it was that they kept the arts alive. They had poetry readings, they had string quartets in their home, they had play readings. Movie stars snuck into the city and greeted the people. Journalists gave commentary on Radio Leningrad. Shostakovich debuted his 7th Symphony on Radio Leningrad. And a female poet wrote and read poems consistently on Radio Leningrad. And so what this shows is that rather than being just an ornament of society, the arts, music, journalism, plays, films are actually just as crucial to the survival of a society as are science and technology. The second point I'd like to make concerns why are the arts important for Vietnamese? And that's very simply that the spirit and soul of a culture is the arts. We look back today at the ancient Greek civilization, which flourished 2,500 years ago as one of the great civilizations. But what we look back on are the buildings, the architecture, the sculpture, the written plays, the written philosophies, and the wonderful lyric poems of Homer. This is what helps a civilization to survive through the ages. And that's particularly important for the Vietnamese arts and music and journalism and so on. And then the third point is the importance of women Vietnamese writers, artists, musicians, and journalists. Women have their own unique and powerful perspective, and they offer a sensitivity and a humility and uniquely personal writing and coverage in these areas. And not only that, but it's through the journalism and the poetry, the music, and the writings that women writers can influence greatly the improvement of human rights, not only throughout the world, but also in Vietnam itself. It's perhaps the single most powerful element we have at the moment to help improve civil rights. It's by constant journalism and writings and poetry and done by Vietnamese writers and particularly women writers. So I celebrate all the women being honored today. I think what you're doing is fabulous, and since I promised to be brief, I'll end right there by pointing out that it is an honor to be able to speak to you. Thank you very much.